we're in this spectacular home with things I've never seen before. So what was the inspiration behind this home?
Well, I call this the house that music built. And so for me, all the people in Nashville throughout the years that have given me chances, whether it would have been a record deal or a publishing deal or some big songwriter would take an appointment with me or something like that, I thought, you know what, if I could build a house anywhere, I'd want to build it right in the middle of Nashville. So every day when I look out and see Nashville, it's inspiring to me. And I know who's out there, and I know that town really built what we're sitting in right now. There's a lot of people that write a lot of great music and that are great singers that don't ever really achieve big success because for whatever reason it didn't work out for them, and for me it worked out. So I like to be able to look right back at the place that built it.
And I know how meaningful that is for you because you didn't come from this.
Right, yeah, I grew up in the panhandle of Texas, Amarillo, Texas, where I grew up, and it's Tornado Alley. It's flat, it's dusty, it's Cowtown. There's some great people that live out there. That's some of the most hardworking Americans you're going to find. But my dad's a preacher, and that was his passion in life, and he wasn't going to get rich being a preacher. So I watched my dad do everything from sell cars to give guitar lessons. He was a night watchman at Amarillo National Bank. He did more jobs. He was working 100 hours a week. And so we didn't go without anything, but there wasn't a lot of excess either. But one thing my dad always taught us, he said, listen, nobody can limit how hard you can work. That is within your control, how hard you work. Mm-hmm. And the old phrase about the harder you work, the luckier you get. You hear about that. And I just think that I've been surrounded by a lot of people that have given me chances, and that also worked really hard when I worked really hard. And just fortunate and blessed to be sitting in a place like this.
And very different looking. You told me you grew up in a double trailer.
Double wide.
Oh, a double wide trailer.
Double wide.
Explain
so like a
that.
regular trailer, single wide, and ours was double wide. So 4 kids, my mom and dad, and just because you don't have a lot doesn't mean you still shouldn't take care of it. You can have an older car, but keep it shiny. That's kind of the way I grew up. And so now, you're sitting in this big crazy thing, Mount Richmore here, and we let other people use it all the time. I've had friends of mine get married here. We do lots and lots of charity events. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is a huge one. We do 2 to 3 events a year just for them in this room. And to me, that backs up the old Bible verse of to whom much is given, much is required. Mm-hmm. And so I try to keep up with those requirements. I hopefully can overdo those requirements, as I think everybody should.
Your parents must be so proud of you.
I think they're kind of still in shock about the whole thing because, I started out in a band called Lone Star right out of high school, 18 years old. And I didn't go to college. That didn't go over real well at the time. But, I knew what I wanted to do, and I just had this feeling that that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to do what I'm still doing right now, and thank goodness, family and friends and people around me said, come on, John, you can do it, man. I remember the first time I played the Grand Ole Opry. I was 19, 20 years old, man. I walked out and my dad was there, my grandparents were there. You could just see the look on their face like, what is going on, man? Just can't believe it. And even to this day, with all the things that have happened, I'm still continually blown away by things that happen.
You talk a lot about your dad, and he's really the impetus to how the guitar started. You were 5 years old, right?
Yeah, my dad, he was in a small church, so he really didn't have budgets to pay a song leader and a this and a that or musicians or anything. So my dad's a great singer. He was actually a vocal major in college. Got this big, booming, baritone, verging on tenor kind of voice, and played guitar. And so I would watch him stand behind the pulpit at the church and pull out his guitar and sing I'll Fly Away or Amazing Grace or the Old Rugged Cross or whatever. Mm. And I would watch all these people sing along to my dad and watch that interaction happen. And it was just such a powerful thing to see that. So at 5 years old, he gave me my first little guitar and let me sit behind the pulpit on this little, kind of like a little bench. When I was 7 years old, he gave me his guitar because the little guitar I had was a kid guitar and he had an actual really good guitar. 7 years old, my Christmas present was his guitar to me.
Was that the best gift you have
Still
ever been
is.
given? Yeah.
It's downstairs in an important place. But that's the kind of thing I think that a parent can do for their kid is, he couldn't afford to go buy some big fancy guitar when I was 7 years old, but he had a nice guitar. And he was willing to give his guitar to his 7-year-old son
Right.
because he saw something in me that he wanted to support that. What a gesture. I just don't know how you beat that.
I'd also read that you used the guitar when you were having a tough time as a kid.
Oh yeah, so the guitar for me was a way I could get away from anything crazy going on. Kind of lock the bedroom door and just what I would do is back then, you have a jam box and with a cassette deck in it, and I would listen to the top 40 countdown and hit record. This was, I guess, the first pirating of music. You're a little kid and you're recording the top 40, and then for the next week I would play those songs. I would try to learn every single song on the top 40. I love playing the guitar so much that the worst punishment you could give me was to lock my guitar in a closet. That was the worst. I'd much rather have a spanking or anything else, but don't take away my guitar.
Don't take away.
It's just always been that way with me and music.
You mentioned Kenny. Lives right down the road.
Yeah, Kenny
What-
lives right over the hill, as we say in Tennessee.
Is there a guitar pool there?
No, but Kenny has a full-blown recording studio in his house. So being a duo, it's funny how that always works out, that I have something he doesn't have and he has something I don't have, and they work together. So we record all of our records at Kenny's house, and then we come over to this house and we play them live on the stage. Is that not great?
You have it figured out, huh?
That's how, we didn't try to figure it out, it just worked out like that. So yeah, Kenny and I are constantly riding and touring. 2017's been the biggest year of touring for us in over a decade. Like Big and Rich has got it's like an uptick. It's crazy what's going on right now.
How grateful are you for all of this?
I honestly, when I've been gone a few days working and I come home, I pull up and I go, what have I done? But it's almost mind blowing, honestly. It's beyond anything I ever thought was possible, and I don't guess I ever set out to do something mind blowing. I just want to set out and do things important, and to me, yeah, this place it's crazy, but it gets a lot of things done. I could tell you, for instance, St. Jude kids that have been in this exact room, and I have seen how much money we have raised in here that go towards that. Those are things that are bigger than yourself. And it just so happens this place is so fun and cool that a lot of people want to come here and shove a lot of energy into projects like St. Jude.
I love the ring.
Oh, thank you.
So the ring you're wearing says what?
That is a Music Mafia ring. That is one of 9. So early on, before we had a record deal with Big and Rich or anything like that, there was a big group of us that were kind of the misfits in the music industry. You had Big Kenny and you had me, who I'd been through a couple of record deals already and they didn't really work out. You had Cowboy Troy, the big black rapping cowboy from Dallas, Texas. You had Gretchen Wilson, who was a bartender at the time, who's now, sold 9 million records, the redneck woman. All these characters hanging out, and we jokingly called ourselves, we're the Music Mafia, right? We're the music family. And after 72 Tuesdays in a row of doing Music Mafia jams in downtown Nashville, everybody had signed a major record deal. Everybody.
Wow.
Everybody in the
Wow.
whole group. And the whole premise of Music Mafia was music without prejudice. So you'd have one guy who's an R&B guy, another guy who's a bluegrass guy, a rapper, a country boy, a southern rock guy, and the town would say to you, the industry would say to you, well, you have to play this club and you have to play that club because that's where your people hang out and that's where your people hang out. And we said, no, I don't think so. We're all going to play music together. And if you listen to Big and Rich music, you'll hear all those influences melded together in what is now the Big and Rich sound. And that all came from Music Mafia.